Yo, what's going on, E? Undeniable. Yes, yes, it is us. We are here. As I said on Tuesday, we will be having a normal schedule because we do not celebrate holidays.
Nope. Not only do we not celebrate them, I don't even know the date of every holiday on the fucking calendar because I don't care.
It creeps up on it, don't it? Yeah, it creeps up.
Was like, "Hey man, so what you doing?" I didn't know it was happening. Keep up with that shit.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Welcome to another episode of Change Your Mind, Change Your Thinking, CMCT. I am your host, Choice Skinner. Next to me is the man with the plan, the only man with the stand, the one and only
Antonio Dean.
Yes, my guest host, my co-host.
Co-host.
Not my guest. Well, you know what? You wearing this today. It kind of look like somebody totally different. So he be switching it up on y'all.
I appreciate it. I gotta pretend like I got all these outfits and shit on the internet. You know. Pay close attention. You'll see. I'll take a picture one day and just show everybody, nigga. My closet looks like a cartoon character's closet.
Oh, word.
Hella white shirts, plain white, white, black, navy blue, red, and some gray shirts, and that's it.
That's odd that you're saying that because I ain't seen that yet. I just been seeing a lot of different things about
this shit, different jackets and all of that shit. But nigga, I got maybe 10 pairs of jeans.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
I don't waste my money on fashion.
Yeah, that's more than most though.
I mean, that's over the last I've been away from home about 11 or 12 years now. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's like one pair of jeans a year that I bought damn near.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't waste money on clothes. I don't waste money on jewelry. All my jewelry is fake. Just so y'all know.
Yeah. Well, here's the heater control.
But make it look good, goddammit.
That's just in case you get a little hotter than you know.
As far as I'm concerned, that's already hot as fuck.
I know. That's why I turned it off. It's off.
I appreciate it.
But we got it under control. Hey, so thank you guys for tuning in with us tonight. If you're tuning in from wherever you're tuning in, I know a lot of people are out there Christmas shopping and driving to your locations, flying to your locations, training to your locations, whatever it takes for you to get to where you're going to get to for the holiday. Be careful out there. There is some snowstorms happening. Mm-hmm. There is some really, really bad sub-degree weather going on.
There's also really bad drivers out there, so
real bad drivers.
You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout.
Oh man.
Make sure you have a contingency plan of some sort set in place, which is drive 2 or 3 car spaces behind motherfuckers if you can.
It literally took me 40 minutes to drive out of a plaza today, one of the plazas.
I'm not surprised.
And I wasn't even shopping. Like I don't shop or anything during the holidays.
You caught up in the chaos.
In the hoopla. Yeah. in the hula bub or whatever they call it. The hublub or whatever. Hullabalub.
Some shit. I don't know. Whatever. Caught up in this white world, these bullshit ass holidays stressing niggas out today. This whole week niggas probably been stressed out.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, so, okay, well, why don't we just go ahead and start the show off talking about that, you know.
Sure.
On Tuesdays, we talk, we have a main topic that we talk about in specific. Next week, we're going to be talking about loneliness, so you definitely want to catch that one. Even if you don't feel like you're a lonely person or you have bouts of loneliness, it is something important to speak about and to have conversation about. So that's next Tuesday for sure. Be on the lookout for that. Chime in if you can.
We're going to be making fun of single people. You know what I'm saying? Making fun of weird kids. All of that shit next week.
However in the world could someone make fun of a single person? I know it's possible, though, but hey, you know.
God damn it. I got oil and shit on my hands.
You want me to open it? Or
yeah,
I think. Well, if you got oil on it, I'm pretty sure.
I might have just, I be closing shit hella tight for no reason, too.
Yeah, nah, it ain't gonna work.
Well, guys, starting the show off right.
Okay, you got it.
There we go.
Yeah, the little bit of slickness on the top, man, just made it almost impossible. That is some good, juicy looking water.
It is good water, man.
Right.
I'm gonna show you where the well and shit is at.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. A lot of times people don't think that water has benefits and water is a good thing.
Water is the number one diuretic.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
No additives, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's gonna keep your metabolism rolling. If you eat trash and you working out at the very least, drink some fucking water.
Yeah, and do a cleansing, especially at and also a fast. You get used to doing fasts, different fasting or fasts.
A 5-day fast. The first 3 days are the hardest. Cause you like, man,
I ain't got no food.
you hear hamburgers talking, you know what I'm saying?
Eat me.
You feel me? And then by the 5th day, if you make it past the 3rd day, the body starts to break down. And then once you make it to the 5th day, it'll be in a reparative state. So once it's in the reparative state, you basically can continue your fast for as long as you see fit. But 5 days minimum is the most beneficial.
Yeah.
5 days minimum.
All right. Well, that's something that you guys can look forward to after this holiday
And spring
season.
water, correct.
Yeah.
Not what are all these different distilled water, filtered water, all of that kind of bullshit.
Trash,
Spring water is A1.
They actually have these little meters that you can use that will show you the
Toxicity. And the acidity,
of the water. You know, and it doesn't hurt to get on the alkaline diet either.
Not at all.
That's very good. Something like that. It's good to do. But, you know, especially after the holidays, all the bad eating, even if you are a healthy person, I have friends who are bodybuilders and, you know, physique trainers and stuff like that, and they eat like crap too on the holidays. So it's good for everyone to cleanse going into the new year, not just because you want to lose weight, but to cleanse because you're taking in a lot of stuff, different types of cleanses too, physical cleanses, mental cleanses, and spiritual cleanses, you know, because you're around people you don't want to be around sometimes. So we are talking about the holiday. We'll start the show off with that. We have some other topics we definitely want to talk about tonight. That's some of the stuff that's in the news, but also something that's near and dear to our heart when it comes to dealing with children. Antonio sent me something today that it was just heartbreaking.
Absolutely.
So, with the holiday season, for those of you who do celebrate holidays, it's just like people.
Shit right now too.
Oh, thank you. It's just like people who drink and people who do drugs and smoke, or you know, do other types of things. Don't judge people who don't celebrate holidays. Don't get on their dark side.
And try to single them out.
Like something wrong with them.
Estrange them from society. Because they don't want to waste money on holidays and all of that shit. Real quick, for everyone in attendance, my nigga Chris is in the house. You know what I'm saying? Big Chris,
What's
Cleveland,
up, Chris?
Ohio.
How you doing, man? Baby? What's going on? Yeah, so listen, holidays are a thing that is, you know, it's pushed on us as children.
Absolutely.
Especially, you know, it's a thing of people use it to make kids behave, or they use it for a reason for families to get together from coast to coast or whatever. I celebrated holidays at a young age. I always thought there was something magical about it. I always had a whimsical mind in regards to you know, stuff like that. I was
God, I did it wrong. Don't do that one.
It's okay. I was very much into, like, you know, Santa Claus and all the bullshit that comes with.
Are we gonna talk about the origin of Santa Claus and shit?
That's
just the psychology of it in general.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about the psychology of Santa Claus.
Let's talk about that. But I was one of those people. I was a slave. I was a slave to it. And I got freed. I was free now. I got free. I took lots of trips to the library. I was just, but listen, even though I celebrated holidays, especially Christmas and stuff, I always knew there was something wrong with it as well. What's going on, Ty? What's going on, Pierre? How you doing? I always knew something was wrong with it. It wasn't until I understood the value of finance, money, and how after every holiday I was filthy broke. You know how you could be filthy rich? I was the total opposite. I was filthy broke.
Got everything a poor motherfucker need, but too much money.
Yeah, I went big into holidays, man. I would, you know, because my mom was a single mom, and she always advocated holidays, Christmas and stuff. We always had the best tree decorated, and you know, my mom made holidays.
I know a few people with the best tree too. Go ahead.
How you doing, Claudia? Welcome. But like I said, when I started understanding the value of money and time, I realized, you know what, this is something that I'm not cool with. And I was literally in a relationship. And it was one of the things where she told me, she's like, Christmas is very special to me. And she's like, if you don't celebrate.
Immediately put the pressure on you.
Yeah.
And made it, you know, if you don't celebrate Christmas, you probably really don't even fuck with me like that.
Well, she was like, I don't think there's a future for us. Can you imagine that? Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, me neither. Clearly there isn't. If we about to waste all our money this year on Christmas, there's definitely no future.
And every year from this point on, because I'm interested in maybe marrying you, I don't know if I could do that.
Crazy.
And my logic was like, look, you can go ahead. I'm not going to stop you from celebrating, you know?
Facts. Yeah, enjoy it. Please. Nigga, you wanna buy tape and paper to hide shit in or whatever? You know, that's cool. That wrapping paper definitely goes up in price over the holidays.
Yeah.
All of that stupid shit.
And then the day after, they mark it 70-80% down. But I know people, I know women and men who go in and they wait for those sales and then they stock up for the next year.
And that's cool too.
You know, to save money.
The best way to save money is to never have involved yourself in the fucking holiday to begin with.
Right.
Well, I mean, I've already said it on the show a million times, but I'm a definitely hit on that point. What my cousin does, you know, with him and his kids. We'll talk about it.
Okay. So I got to a point, and it was mostly for me in the very beginning, religious reasons, because I always had questions about that. And then the money really locked it in for me, and I was like, yeah, this is just not, this is not the thing for me. So I don't celebrate, but I do respect anybody who does, and I respect anybody's, you know, whatever they do.
We're poking fun and shit, but you know.
Do you get personal with people? And I mean, not personal, but do you have a certain way of responding to people when they say Merry Christmas to you? Do you say it back to them, or you say thank you?
Typically, I actually don't even fuck with my phone on holidays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unless I've already like accepted an invite just with people that I fuck with, you know, for dinner purposes and all that.
Oh, you're gonna get that eat on.
Yeah, you know. Other than that, no, I don't. I do not. People think that I like die on holidays or something. I really don't fuck with people during the holidays. Just because I don't want to have that awkward moment. Like who's gonna pay the bill? That kind of moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the table with people when they hit me with the Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas or whatever, try to ask me what I'm doing and all of that kind of shit. Nigga, I'm not doing nothing, and I don't even want you to ask me why.
Yeah. Well, I've learned that all of the holidays are worked towards a certain form of emotion in people.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas is all about giving, and it's really not. Nowadays, it's really about receiving as much as it's about.
It ain't even about that. It's about bragging rights.
Yeah.
For social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know, yeah.
That made sense for kids in elementary school.
Yeah.
You know, I got this toy.
Yeah. What you get for Christmas?
Yeah, whatever. That makes sense for children. Before adults, to be on the internet competing as playground children would.
It's horrible.
Despicable.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, people saying, oh, well, you know, it's all about the feels and this and that. Listen, you know, that's great. But you should be feeling that every day.
I got so many different feelings.
You know, you should be feeling that every day. And a lot of these holidays, even like Valentine's, all of a sudden now you really love that person. Prove that you love that person using this day.
Nigga, love them because it's a fucking Tuesday and that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, you would love them anyway, you know? And you should be doing stuff like that year round. It shouldn't be a specific day that forces you to do it, in a sense.
I agree.
Or obligates you to do it. A lot of people lose marriages and relationships over holidays, especially around this time of year. This is also a very dour time of year for people. And like we said on a show previously, suicide rates are up, which is kind of why we're doing our show on loneliness next week. To talk about that, to give people a forum to explain how they feel about things around the time of year. The hardest thing about that I've learned about holidays, especially something like Christmas or Father's Day, stuff like that, when people lose people, man, you know, and they lose people during the holiday season, and then, you know, they're turning on these TV shows and they're turning
They're sad. And
Instagram, and everybody's families wearing plaid and wearing the ugly sweaters.
My mom buys like Christmas outfits for the
Does
family
she?
and shit every year, man. I got some in the closet right now.
In the closet.
Yeah, I ain't even wore them shits, not once.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate it, but you know, I'm not doing that.
Not doing the holiday hat or the holiday sweaters. Or
I love it. I appreciate it.
The plaid outfit, everybody matching in the
red
the
and
photo.
black,
Yeah, the red and black. And listen, we're not talking bad about the holidays.
Saying what we ain't gonna do.
We're saying what we ain't gonna do, and how you guys need to respect people who don't celebrate.
Correct.
Because that's very important. Like you don't know how you make people feel when you.
I get really offended and triggered when hating ass Christmas niggas start bothering me about what I should be doing over the holiday weekend and all of that.
What's going on?
It really grinds my gears.
And my boy Farley Jackson, he and we stopped celebrating. Well, when we met, we knew we both didn't celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, he got really big on not only letting people know. So we don't even, like, people say Merry Christmas and stuff like that. We're like, oh yeah, and we keep stepping. But I'm not big on celebrating. So him and my boy Dimitri were very big attributes to have during the holiday season, because we didn't really celebrate holidays, and we could talk about people and look at the madness and see how people like are, you know what I mean, and the men that get dragged out. Like, I took a friend of mine yesterday. She had to go pick some food up. You know, Michelle, my friend, she's blind and stuff. So I took her yesterday, and man, we went to Walmart, man. And you see all these guys getting out the car, man. One guy had a 52-inch TV. And he was ratcheting it in a car, in the trunk of a car. And I had to say something. I was like, man, I'm looking at another brother getting out the car with his wife, and she, and I'm like, man,
he's super excited to go in the store and spend
the
fucking money.
She was, but he wasn't.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about her. Excited to go in the store and spend the fucking money.
I felt, what's up, Paulie?
Insane.
Yeah, no doubt, facts. Paulie said facts. I felt bad for them brothers, man.
That nigga probably he been working all year for this moment to lose all his fucking money that you know what I'm saying?
That he ain't got. So
and we know what the minimum wage is out here. That shit is below $8.
Oh man,
that's insane.
Oh man, listen. You gonna need. You know what? Listen, I used to work at Kroger, and during the holiday season, man, I did not look. I was
Christmas
like,
shifts and shit.
Listen, and I worked in produce. So the greens that were out were never good enough.
Nope.
Y'all ain't got no better greens in the back.
Nah, nigga, it's Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
I need the top-notch produce on Christmas.
So shout out to everybody who's out there working until tomorrow evening or afternoon.
That nigga Marquise.
Wow.
Every fucking year, man.
I'm sorry for
I commend
anybody
him.
that has to.
He got that in his heart. I don't.
Yeah. So, what else can we say about the holiday season for people who don't celebrate? If you don't celebrate, you can be kind in how you tell people. Like I've always said, I don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, you can be considerate.
I used to have a cat that I used to know back in L.A.
My nigga PJ.
Every year he would forget that I don't celebrate. So he was like, "Hey, Merry Christmas." I'm like, "I don't celebrate." Well, Happy Kwanzaa, nigga. That was his response. That's right.
That's
Happy
funny.
Kwanzaa, nigga. Oh, let me ask you a question. Kwanzaa's a made-up celebration, isn't it? Yeah. It was forced on us by the government. Kwanzaa is not actually real. So for you guys, all you Kwanzaa
got them 7 candles and all of that bullshit. If I remember correctly, it's actually 12. It's actually 12 candles, and it's Judaism. It's a whole
right.
I forget what they call
that's
it.
Right. That's right.
That's their shit.
Yeah. Hanukkah.
Yeah. There you
yes,
go.
that's Hanukkah. Yeah. So they just did a twist on it for black people, and 7 candles.
Yep. Same way. Well, never mind. Don't get me started.
Yeah, we're not gonna get started.
I'll get into a whole bunch of different shit concerning that. But
let's go ahead and get on Santa's ass. Because let's get on his ass.
Santa Claus.
Because
I've been actually seeing a bunch of posts recently of people talking about they think it's weird for modern adults or the present adults of the last 2 generations to ruin the Santa Claus
Experience?
the Santa Claus experience for young children. And this is the thing. Let's use my nigga that was in the Walmart parking lot taping the 60-inch TV to his fucking small ass Sonic Spark or whatever the Chevy Spark. You know what I'm saying? Just to go home because his family is Christmas time and they gotta have it. Mm-hmm. I wish there was a reality, or I wish I knew of a fucking reality where I would work for less than $10 an hour all year to get to the holidays. Let's say I got 2 kids and a wife, mm-hmm. and the first thing we do is Christmas morning, we thank Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's horrible. Look what Santa brought us.
No, and that ain't ego. That's not, arrogance or any of that. Your family needs to know what you're doing for them. Mm-hmm. Especially the young children. When you got a real family structure and both parents are in the household, nigga, it ain't no way. We gonna sit up here and thank Saint Nick.
Some white.
Yeah, this white nigga. We supposed to thank this nigga and his reindeer. And I was out in the cold when it was snowing, and I probably didn't have gloves on, and I'm scraping the ice off the windows and all of this bullshit. I'm getting the tree, all of that shit, putting the lights up on the house. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. We are not thinking
Krampus.
Yeah, fuck no. We're not thinking Santa Claus, nigga. That was
Nick,
me.
Satan.
That was me, and I did it cause I love y'all. Mm-hmm. This don't have shit to do with nobody else. I wanted y'all to have this experience, so I did everything I could to make it a grand one.
And that is if you are actually celebrating.
Yeah, if you celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you celebrate.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's no fucking way I'm thinking Santa Claus and Jesus and all of this shit, nigga. I made Christmas this year if we chose to celebrate it. It ain't no fucking way. Mm-hmm. That's a really damaging practice, in my opinion, to put off on or to
enforce.
Yeah, to enforce in your household and influence. Yeah. It really fucks up the power dynamic and the balance of the household. The structure will be off.
Yeah,
and it always is.
It is.
And I know there's people who gonna say, "Well, I grew up and whoop-de-whoop and all of that shit." Mm-hmm. I would beg to differ because nigga, look at what the world has turned into.
Yeah.
Slow progression.
Farley said you can donate your time to helping others during the holidays. You can also spend your time finding ways to make more money on the holiday, but most of all, give thanks every day to Jesus Christ. I agree, Farley. I think even on the religious end, when people who are in the faith talk about, well, this is a good time to spread the gospel. Well, if you're Christian, you're supposed to spread the gospel every day. It shouldn't be one season where people, they're more open to it. Well, actually, they're not.
No, they're not. They're still who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I also learned about, because we're on Santa Claus right now, Satan Claus, Farley called him Satan Claus. The thing about Santa Claus is what I realized is that people don't realize they were teaching their children to lie.
Yeah.
Because it's a lie.
It is.
It's a myth. Santa doesn't exist.
Well, we're teaching them to be delusional, believe in illusions.
Yeah. And there's 3 different times that they're doing that. They're teaching Santa Claus, they're teaching the Easter Bunny, and they're teaching the Tooth Fairy.
Yep.
As a means. Those are the 3 main ones that people push as real things that happen that we as parents, if you're a parent, are doing it.
I think the Tooth Fairy is the only one that's not commercialized, so I don't see it as a huge deal.
Yeah, it wasn't really picked up by black people much.
Yeah, I don't see that as
black
as
people
a
got money
deal.
to put under a pillow.
Yeah, I was getting quarters for a while, and then I got dollars, and then my dad was like, "Look, nigga,
your teeth are falling out.
Here's $5. Go to the corner store. It was me. It was me the whole time, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that was that."
What's going on, Kier? Yeah, listen, this is the thing. Stop lying to your children. Bottom line. Yeah. Just stop it. It is a form of abuse.
It doesn't help them.
It is a form of abuse, and a lot of people are actually traumatized by that. Because when a child, what people don't understand is, for some kids, not all, because some kids be like, well, I always knew it wasn't real. But for some, they are. I was one of them. That's why I'm laughing. They become traumatized when they find out that Santa isn't real.
That's unfortunate.
I
kinda
was
funny.
I was traumatized for about a week because I actually thought. And look, I grew up in the projects, and for me, it was just like, well, how does Santa?
How is he hooking
We
us
don't
up?
have a chimney.
You know?
Does he come on the balcony on the terrace? Like,
He's magic.
right? So
He clicks his heels and pops up in your project building.
you got the dust, the magic dust.
Yeah.
They always had an answer. These a fucking lie, bro. So stop lying. And then black people, let me get on y'all for a second. Y'all
take
so
shit
jaded.
before.
Y'all so jaded and so strong on y'all pride. You know what? We should have our own Santa. And you make a black Santa.
Where do you see Asian Santa Claus, nigga? Where's Chinese Santa Claus? Does anybody know? I've never seen Chinese Santa Claus. Black people are always with that shit. You know black people invented the corn dog stick, right? Okay, great. Black people invented the corn dog stick. I guess that's important. Nigga, it doesn't matter. Making it black does not change how the fuck it affects the child, you know?
Oh, God. Paulie said, that's how I felt when I found out wrestling wasn't real a week ago.
Come on, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
No, wrestling is real. It's just not applied completely. But it's
It
real.
is real, nigga.
It's
You
real.
hurt yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's scripted, but you will fucking hurt yourself.
Right, yeah. And, John Stossel learned the hard way when my man said, oh, it's not real, and slapped him. And he lost hearing in that ear.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people done got fucked up over this, especially by the carny wrestlers and shit.
Yeah.
They were not playing, nigga. Don't ever call
They
this
abuse
shit
their
thing.
bodies, man, and you want to be respected.
For entertainment.
I know. Shout out to Fernando Marrero, my boy, one of my acting buddies, and he's an actor and a friend of mine. He wrestled for many, many years. And got into UFC, MMA afterwards, and he was brilliant. Like could do stuff with his body that
He happened to close the gap.
Man,
well.
yeah,
Not many of them
I know
do.
how much you love wrestling. So
Yeah, man. Look, I used to be a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Huge. I can't watch that bullshit no more because it don't make sense.
And it's on some other stuff.
Yeah,
too.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's no actual story to it or none of that no
Cats
more.
putting
But
booties in each other's faces, and it's crazy. But anyway, back on Santa's ass. We get back on his ass. We getting on him. So
we
look,
got a good point over here.
What'd he say?
Says Lanisha said, it's not just parents. I've never told my kids anything about Santa. They come from school with that bullshit.
Yes. And that's kind of what we were talking about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate because a lot of times, as you can be a diligent parent, it's the world, man. We're gonna talk about that tonight because those situations that we got lined up for everybody to talk about deals with, because the parents are sometimes horrible parents, but you could be an amazing parent and you're still dealing with the world and what the world is forcing on your children. So yes, but that's why you don't put your child in public school.
Plain and simple. No question.
And that's the truth of that. So, because Antonio and I, we're going to have a show where we talk about childhood and all that stuff and children and should you have children, should you not have children. That's definitely a topic that's going to be really interesting in the new year. But, yeah, don't put your kid in public school. That's something that, hey, Reginald,
You don't have to, yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe in it. I think that
you can teach your children by
home,
yourself at your own pace, and if you just so happen to want to get them a degree, you can test them out. They can be proctored out of that shit. No big deal.
Yeah, that's an understanding that a mutual understanding that both parents should have in the beginning before you even have a child. Even if it is an accident, your life moves into the importance of that child's life. So we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, no doubt, brother. Farley says, stop sitting your. Farley, you on it tonight. Farley says, stop sitting your kids on Santa's lap.
Hey man, listen. So there's a lot of them weird pedophilic fucking rituals that these fucking white people come up with.
Because it's based on the old. Listen, the European
Greek,
form,
Roman,
the European form of Krampus. Krampus is a demon. Okay, and Krampus is Santa Claus in their culture, and they have these big statues of Krampus, and Krampus eats children.
Yep, that is their lore.
That's their lore.
Their lore was never normal. It ain't never no, regular god of love, regular god of war, regular god of whatever. They always had some wild ass shit.
Right.
And notice, all of their statues and depictions and all of that shit of their the characters in their lore. These niggas is wrapped in little boys and all kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Pederasty, big.
Fucking weird, man.
So Farley, thank you for saying that, because I don't think Anthony and I would have. Oh, it's one of them shows tonight.
There's so much shit, man.
But yeah, you sitting like, okay, look, the logic behind it. You wouldn't let your child sit on a stranger's
anybody else's fucking lap
at all, let alone even a family member. I'm funny about that. Okay.
And the fact that we're all adults and we know deep down that this nigga is not really Santa Claus.
Yeah.
If there happened to be a real Santa Claus and there was one motherfucker and we say, okay, I trust this one. You can go sit in his lap. It's always a random fucking Santa Claus, nigga. You don't never know who this Santa Claus is. That nigga might be getting his rocks off.
Yeah.
Just because all these kids is coming and sitting in his lap and he giving them fucking Hot Wheels and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's horrible.
That's fucking strange, dude.
Oh.
Absolutely strange.
Guys, do your research.
Think about what you're doing when you go and you agree to these different social contracts and rituals and ceremonies and shit, man. You agree into a lot to let some weird motherfucker that you don't know their energy, the same way you don't like to tell people your infant child's name before they're born and all of that kind of shit. If you believe in that, nigga, why the fuck would you go and put your child in the lap of some weird motherfucker that you don't know what they doing when they not in that Santa Claus outfit?
Then take a picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Give Santa a hug and all of that kind of bullshit. Hell no, nigga. You don't know what type of time that nigga's on. Black, white, Chinese, or whatever. Fake Santa Claus. Ain't no such thing. Stop doing that shit to your kids, man. It's fucking weird. Is that it for Santa Claus? What's next, man?
I don't know.
Cause I got lore and all of that bullshit we could talk about. But
yeah, I mean, it would just really go down a rabbit hole. And I'm pretty sure people are out there right now in the mall and they got their kids sitting on Santa's lap. So they're hearing too
doing Instagram lives and all kind of shit for these fucking kids to
we ruined their Christmas.
just so you could look like a good parent on fucking Instagram, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I said, or it's not even, none of this shit is ever really about the kids anymore, any fucking way.
No, it's never has been, in my opinion. Maybe some, when we was kids, we would watch the little cartoons that came on.
You get the special episodes and all of that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm already exhausted.
All of that shit is gross, man. I never understood it and I never will.
Yeah.
And again, this is not to tell you don't enjoy the holidays. This isn't to tell you not to go and, have a good time with your family and all of that. But, just be careful with what traditions you're allowing in your household.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, what are you actually facilitating when you're doing all of this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I know, it's probably people out there looking at us like we conspiracy theorists and we trying to stay woke and all of that bullshit. But I'll tell you right now, nigga, I'm not putting my kid in no white man's lap. That's not gonna fucking happen. Mm-hmm. Especially not if I went and did all of the work, nigga, and made the Christmas happen and all of that. Fuck no.
So not only are you lying to them, you're abusing them in a small way.
It's fucking weird. Every gotta understand, man. Every fucking thing has some sort of effect. Cause and reaction, or the same concept of the chemical reaction. What exactly are you introducing into this child's life, into this child's spirit, into their psyche? Mm-hmm. What are you building on them unconsciously and subconsciously?
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in a white lie? Because see, the thing is that I believe that when people are saying, this Santa Claus, blah 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 blah, and it's a lie, right? It's a lie, but people will say, well, it's a white lie.
I don't know. What is the history on why they call it a white lie?
That's a good question.
Is it because white people are more okay than black people?
Or probably better at lying?
Let's look that up real quick. I just want to know.
A white lie.
Let's see. Why is it called a white lie? People, blah, 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 da-da-da. What is a white lie? White lie. Can they just tell us why? God damn. Although the word lie dates back to as early as 900, white lies is slightly newer. The Oxford English Dictionary traces the full word back to a 14th century letter. I do assure you he is unsuspected. I guess they just full of fucking typos on this website. Of any... What?
Virtue or notable crime except a white lie. White is taken from a small. Okay, now that's that's
whole
jacked
thing.
up. Reader's Digest. What do you expect?
God damn, that was a rough one. Hold on, real quick.
True origins of white lie.
All right, well, listen. I'm just gonna assume white people tried to put themselves in position again, and that's why it's called a fucking white lie. Because whatever all of these links are, I'm not doing that today. But white lies. Question you were asking.
Said it expression originated in the 1700s. In this expression, the word white signifies pure. Of course.
So it's basically it's what I assume.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because white people. That's why. That's why it's called a white lie. Because now it's okay.
Farley said white lies have privilege, black lies don't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What did Paul Mooney said? You know, anytime a black person or white person do the same crazy fucking thing, the nigga, they gonna throw him in jail for 100 years, and the white person go, that's interesting.
It's interesting.
We'll have to study that. Yeah. Let's do a documentary on this crazy white motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, they wanted to cut open what's his name's brain.
Who the fuck was it? Many of them. Shit.
The one that did the black recently? That killed all the black guys. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh,
they wanted to study his brain, and his parents said no. But they wanted to cut his brain open to figure out.
Because it was a white brain.
It's a white. Yeah, the black brains, they burn them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so but what do I think?
Yeah, because
as far as what the definition is known as, or what the term is known as, and is it okay, or is there a difference? Does it matter?
I just wanted to know what your thoughts were, because I think it's all bullshit. I think a lie is a lie. Yeah.
Now, what we apply to it is, was it good? Was it bad? Was it right? Was it wrong?
I don't think it's ever right, because you take away other people's, you take away their opportunity to make concerted decisions or proper
what is
decisions.
The lie about?
Doesn't matter. I mean, if it's a harsh thing that they're going to find out, it's still their right. You take their right away to know what decision they should make because of the lie. You know, all lies do is make you feel better about yourself. You know?
Does this shirt make me look fat?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
you don't look fat in anything.
I'm
mad
saying,
about
nigga,
that, because this cat been able to work out and stuff. He still looks right. So
listen, I'm saying hypothetically.
Like if a chick say,
does my ass something look like fat, that? Like what do you say? Do you say, yeah, bitch, you look fat?
No, if she say my ass look fat, yeah, you know.
Whatever it is, you know the old trope. You know the old trope though.
Yeah,
do these pants make my butt look big?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying I'm getting fat.
Now she's distraught. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if what is the harm in saying no?
You mean to avoid what could be dramatic fallout?
Yeah.
Well, then you got to figure out the person you with, because that's, you know.
What about a kid? A kid brings you an ugly ass picture.
Oh, I
what do you go? Wow, kid. I think it's time you join an art class. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit right here is not cool. Yeah, your lines are off.
This is what I always say. That's funny that you mentioned that, because I always say, "Oh, you did your thing."
It's not now. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know.
Is that not a fucking lie?
Y'all know. Let me know. It's not, because I rode that for 23 years in LA with people, because I had to learn that people are going to be offended, right? They're going to be offended if you.
It's still lying, nigga.
If I say you. It's the truth. You did your thing. Whatever your thing.
This nigga is fucking. That's foul as shit.
Whatever your thing is, you did it.
Listen. My auntie used to smoke weed all the fucking time. when we were kids and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I always would be talking to her about Dragon Ball Z and wrestling and all of this kind of shit. And she go, okay, nephew. Yeah, that's real nice. Okay, nephew. Oh, yeah, they do that? Okay. Come on, man.
So she was placating you.
Nigga, lying. That's lying. Was it okay? Yes.
Oh.
Because she didn't break my spirit.
Right. And so that's
is it okay? So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well listen. If people came to me and they asked me, I want your honest opinion, I would tell them.
Yeah, no,
You know
of course.
But most of the time, people was like, "What you think?"
Most people
you
don't
did your
want
thing.
the fucking truth.
They don't. They don't. Most of the time, especially like the number one thing I hated doing was going to plays because plays.
People are very emotional about their words.
Yes, and plays are for instant gratification. It's not like you got time to think back and figure out what you want to say right then and there. Well, what do you think? You know, and for me, I'm like, you want my honest opinion? Because you may not want my honest opinion. No, I want your honest opinion. Yeah, I think it sucked. I think it was a bad play, and they would get it.
You all like that.
But most of the time, people were like, you know, hey, so what did you think? Oh, you did your thing. And if they pushed, they got it. But most of the time, it ended at you did your thing because that's really what people want is that gratification. Yeah, okay. So whatever your thing is, you did it, and I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm here for whatever reason. But I was very upfront, and I got people here that they laughing about that shit because they know. I would tell people all the time, do not invite me to a play. Don't invite me to no fucking play because if it's bad, I gotta sit there, and if it's really bad, I'm gonna get up and leave.
I gotta leave.
Yes, and I did that once at a play. I got up and left.
I've told the absolute truth on many occasions.
So no white lies.
No, of course there are.
Okay.
If that's what we're gonna call them, is white lies. Harmless lies, I think there are harmless lies, man. Just like there are some harmless truths.
Well, most truth is most truth is harmful. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Most truth is harmful. Most truth is harmful.
Because that's dependent on people, and people typically do not like the truth.
Yes, Farley, it's a thing, and you did it. You did that thing. Hey, Farley, you got some stand-up tonight. Listen, okay, so people think that telling kids that Santa exists and Santa set up all those toys and Santa bought you the toys and you know you didn't if you don't act right, Santa's not going to bring you. That's horrible,
that's the real bull. That's horrible,
bro.
I'm gonna put that in the same.
How did we escape this? How did we escape it though? How did we escape that? I mean,
I left home early. Well, there's two reasons for me.
Okay, yeah.
Nigga, we went broke in North Richmond, California one year. This was either 2002 or 2003, and my mom and dad, you know, they had already got all the Christmas gifts that they could, and it was coming time to decorate and do all of that bullshit and go and get a tree and whoop-de-whoop, but my dad just didn't have the fucking money. You know, and him and my mom sat us down and said, look, nigga, we broke. You know what I'm saying? This is what Christmas and all of that shit really is. I mean, I already knew. I've always, you know, been that way, but my sisters are like, not all of them, but like, wow, like, this is crazy. Y'all niggas then, you know. But they said, but look, you know, this is reality. This is what the fuck is really going on, nigga. We gotta make sure that we can eat and make sure that all of these different things are taken care of, man. Just I think you guys are old enough. Y'all gotta let it go.
God bless.
We can't afford Santa Claus, nigga.
God bless him.
You know, and then they kept it real with us and shit. So that was number one. And then number two, like I said, nigga, by the time I left home and I hit the streets and seen the real world and I'm couch surfing and trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do and all of this, I said, man, it's holiday time. I did one holiday.
You went above and beyond.
One Christmas.
You went above and beyond.
Nigga, I got hit by a car on my bike. Now, I don't believe in miracles and none of that bullshit. But let me tell you something. The intersection of Stockton Boulevard and Mack Road or Elsie in Sacramento, California. I was rolling through on my bike. I had all Christmas gifts from the dollar store and all of this kind of stupid shit.
You went out, didn't you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I did what I could.
He's like, I'm doing Christmas this year.
Nigga, I got hit by a Dodge Magnum.
Oh.
And the bike flew.
Oh.
And I was standing there like this with Christmas shit in my hands. Like I was still on the bike.
Wow.
I can't make that shit up. So I don't know. Maybe there are Christmas miracles or whatever, nigga.
Miracle,
or it was
miracle
some real,
on 45th Street.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was some real specific geometry and algebra and calculus and shit that went on with that hit. But I walked away, picked up my bike, straightened up my handlebars, and I'm riding back down that street. And the Magnum showed up about 2 minutes later. It was like, man, you the dude that was just on the bike. Like, nigga, are you good and all of that, you know. But why was I telling you that?
Because we basically was talking about going in and doing Christmas.
Oh, yeah. So that was the one time and that bullshit happened. And I was like, yeah. And then I went broke, you know, outside of already taking care of the responsibilities I needed to take care of with the money that I had, and then went broke buying that bullshit. I said, yeah, nigga.
It dawned on you.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah.
And that was the last Christmas that I ever took serious. Mm-hmm. You know, I done bought Christmas gifts for some kid, you know, my nieces and nephews
random.
and shit like that. Just
for whatever reason, yeah.
But do I make it a point to, hey guys, I'm coming down for Christmas? And no.
And I'm gonna tell you guys, just as you know, as an advocate of Antonio, he is one of the most giving people that I know. I mean, just to tears sometimes. The way he gives. If he ain't got it, he ain't got it. If he, you know, but when he does, he's probably one of the most thoughtful people in regards to what he gives, not just giving, but what he gives. He gives thought. And I think that to me is because I'm the same way about that. If I got and I'm thinking about you, I would just, you know, something basic or simple. Farley and I, we got to that as friends, you know, in L.A. because in L.A. gets crazy during holiday time. Yeah. He said, Farley said, I learned early never to ask for or expect anything for Christmas or birthdays because I knew we don't have as much as a young child. I could see the pain and stress in my parents' faces. Wow. Seafood Carl said, my kids weren't taught to believe in Santa Claus. Good for you. We taught them to write Santa Claus letters.
You know what I'm
saying? Now you talk about, you know, my seafood, man, when it comes to discipline, you don't play.
Claus, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, yeah. Farley, I guess maybe you would understand. He said, wet love.
What is that?
I don't know. Farley, elaborate on what that is. Is that a West Coast thing? Because, you know, Farley's straight West Coast, just like
he might have meant West or something. I don't know.
Oh, West Coast love, maybe. I don't know. He'll elaborate.
Yeah, you got to straighten that out for me.
Yeah, he'll straighten that out.
My earring is in my left ear.
What's going on, Tom? Bro, how you doing? Yo, shout out to everybody who's joining in with us tonight. I know a lot of you guys got stuff going on. Oh, he said we love.
We love.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
We
Strongly.
Love. Yeah, we love. Without obligation and with condition, you know, because a lot of people think that love
is conditional.
It is conditional.
It's 100% conditional.
You know, I'm truly enjoying tonight's show. I'm enjoying all you guys' comments, and we're enjoying talking about this. So for all you guys who don't celebrate Christmas, welcome to the club. We appreciate you. If you do celebrate Christmas, nobody's knocking you. Enjoy and have a great time. Stay warm out there. Eat your food. I know you're going to have a lot of food. My mom always makes some food and does her thing. So, yeah. Santa. So I think we're officially done with Santa. We're moving in almost to the first hour.
Anybody, any questions about Santa Claus and
how
all
about
that bullshit?
Yeah, we push, you know, thoughts on Santa right now before we move on to our other topics we want to talk about. Thoughts on Christmas.
Nope. Nobody else?
No. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So we're going to move on. Antonio has sent me some stuff today that, man, you know, you see it in the news every now and then. You hear about it. But, man. And you know what's funny? They hadn't said anything about that chick in Mexico either.
Nope.
You noticed that, huh?
Yeah. It's already died down.
Yeah. So let's see if we can recap that down the road and find out what's going on, any information for our listeners. Farley said, "Be humbug."
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug. All glory to Jesus. Yeah, I give it up to him too. But you know what? Even like I said, this, I think a lot of people who follow the faith, Farley, they get it wrong. We're talking about some, we're gonna do it through Christmas. What's going on, Marquise? Welcome to the show, guys. So he sent me this article, and it broke my heart, man, because around this time of year where you say, good cheer to men and peace to all and all this stuff, you have these people, because that's really all that we can call them. You have these people out there doing horrible things, and it's there, the Jacksonville. There you go. We have a story of a Jacksonville mother who starved her baby.
God damn, why do they have this right here?
You can see that X in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
all right.
It's one of those things where, like when we talk about pop culture, you have to talk about all the aspects of it. And this is something that I think people should have attention to understand, because we're going to be talking mostly to the men out there tonight, because it's your responsibility to be mindful of where you plant your seed. Black men specifically, protect your seed. Protect it. Be mindful.
That's your essence. That's your energy. Mm-hmm. That's your legacy.
Watch who you are laying down with and impregnating. They would be quick to make a black man or a man in general feel like he's nothing but a sperm donor and say that you don't really contribute anything. But then you have these horrible mothers out here doing these horrible things. You want to read the article?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Really quick. I learned this psychology listening to the fuck is his name? KRS-One.
Yeah.
Halfway through the show, take your jacket off,
Make
the crowd cheer and shit. All right. Now that we're all more connected since I took my jacket off. Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining, pal. Jacksonville mother charged with child neglect, accused of starving baby. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrested a local woman in connection with the child's death. According to the arrest report, 23-year-old Tania Nicole McGowan is being charged with child neglect and child abuse after the infant died December 11th. The report says that at 6:17 p.m., Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department responded to a home on Duval Road in reference to an unresponsive infant and quickly transferred the baby boy to UF Health, where he was pronounced deceased. Medical staff were concerned due to the infant's condition and called the police to investigate. The medical examiner conducted an autopsy, but results are still pending. However, the medical examiner did mention that the child was extremely malnourished and had no evidence of any food in his stomach or intestines. When police arrived at the hospital, they learned that the suspect, Tania, who called JFRD, some kind of fire department or some
probably.
shit, who called JFRD had left the hospital. Medical personnel also told police that the baby was in an emaciated state and weighed only 7 pounds at death. Another officer, and how old was the baby, they said?
They didn't say.
They didn't say?
Not yet.
That would be crazy if the baby was like 1 year old and only weighed 7 pounds.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Where we at?
Another officer sent.
Another officer was sent to the home on Duval Road and got written consent from McGowan to enter the home. Upon entering, the officer found the house to be cluttered with barely any furniture. A pack and play was found in the basement, and there was only 2 bottles of baby formula in the house. When the officer questioned McGowan, she claimed she placed the baby to sleep at 8 p.m. on December 10th and didn't check on him until midnight. She said the baby appeared to be asleep, so she went to bed. When she checked on the baby again at 2 p.m. the next day, she said the baby was unresponsive and cold to the touch. The officer also spoke with apartment management and learned of an abuse incident involving the victim and another child in the clubhouse. McGowan was caught on surveillance slamming the victim against furniture, putting blankets over the head and continuously slapping the victim's head. She did this in front of the other child. Police interviewed McGowan again and learned that the child was her son, but he used to live with his father. She gained custody of him when his father moved to Texas in October. During the time the victim was alive, he was never seen by a doctor. McGowan admitted she noticed the child was slimming down, but she thought he was growing in length. That's insane. McGowan's phone was inspected and images showed the progression of the child from a healthy size to malnourished. As a result of the following findings, McGowan was arrested and charged. She is being held on a $500,000 bond for child abuse and another $1 million for child neglect. Her first day in court is scheduled for January 29th.
Yeah, she's not getting out, and she doesn't deserve to get out.
She doesn't deserve to get out, no.
Ever. You know, one thing that I always say is, you know, children and animals off limits. Children and I don't care if you have a demon spawn, you know, you
gotta protect that innocence.
Yeah, you know. Why are we talking about that today? A lot of stuff like this happens in the holiday season, in the cold weather. A lot of stuff like this happens usually between the months of November to January. This happens a lot. Children are malnourished and beaten and abandoned. We're going to talk about something like that as well with another story tonight. Yeah, it's unbelievable, brother.
It was insane.
It is. But there were some clues there. I can guarantee you he wanted to take the child with him to Texas.
Yeah.
And she probably contested it.
Yep.
Once the
hit him with child support or some shit, who knows? I'm sure there'll be something from the father.
Yeah, because if he had custody and she ended up having custody, that was a procedure that had to happen to where she ended up gaining custody and not taking care of the child. And more than likely, her vitriol towards the child was actually directed towards the father.
Yeah.
Guys,
that's usually what it is.
Yeah, listen. I get it, man. People love being in love. They love dating and having somebody. When a child comes into the picture,
you have no other responsibilities other than that child at that point in time.
Yeah, and I don't care what anybody else says. People be like, well, you know, they can't have a life if you don't have a life. You should have thought about that before you drop sperm. Oh, I've heard all kinds of stuff.
That sounds terrible.
You know, it's just all excuses in order for people to undermine
to continue to be irresponsible, childish.
Yeah, and
not take care of everything that they've been charged with at the point of bringing another life into this world.
Yeah, and granted, I mean, we can't show the photo, but you know, if you saw the girl, she would be considered maybe an 8. Yeah. She's not a bad.
She doesn't even look crazy,
at
man.
all. Well, she got them bitch eyes, man.
Well, I mean, nigga, this is a mugshot now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I can, you know, Farley and I always talk. Farley, you still here? Them eyes, man. You be like, them eyes.
Well, she does look like someone who lacks empathy, for sure.
Cold-hearted. But man, to kill a kid, man, and it seems like he was a toddler. That's what it sounds like to me. And a toddler.
Now, was there 2 kids, or were they talking about the same one?
Same one.
No.
Same one. Because at the home there was another kid that witnessed her being her kid. Father said probably because of the stress of the holidays, relationships, and the underlying issues of lack of mental health and the overall wickedness of the nature of man. You summed it up.
Well, I mean, it sounds like she hated the baby daddy, man.
Yeah.
Because he moved.
Yeah. Took it out on the child because that's over a period of time. Emaciation is something that takes time. You don't, you know, you can starve someone for a couple of days. It's not overnight. Because I mean, she wasn't feeding.
Like an involuntary fast.
Yeah, in another news story, I saw that the child's ribs were broken. There was the one that you sent me. The child's ribs was broken. You know, bruised, a lot of bruising. You know, it's such a horrible thing. And when you see...
Some people are saying that she had postpartum depression.
Okay, let's get on that, because that's bullshit. Let me explain something to you about these different things that they diagnose people with. It's all an excuse.
I think really so too. I don't think have we talked about that?
No, we haven't.
I think that about bipolarism and all of that.
Yeah. When we talked about mental disorders, we talked about you know how it affected people in regards to the psychological, not so much on the medical induced, quote unquote, because those things are considered medically induced. They're considered a diagnosis of, okay, your mom had bipolar, you're bipolar, which it doesn't. There's no proof still.
Nope.
So the thing is to say that, you know, she had postpartum depression, then why take the child? Why, if you
Why
know,
isn't there some sort of system set in place? If this is something that they suspect and something that they'll, or that is admissible in court, why wouldn't they create some sort of system for, well, while the mother is dealing with postpartum depression,
yeah,
if the father's not present and can't step away or whatever, then we got to keep you and the baby split up.
yeah,
Something.
Yeah.
You know, something
Yeah.
something without, especially as much money as they fucking charge people to give birth in the hospital.
it's sad. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a level of misandry there as well, because, you know, the sad part about a lot of single parent households is the mother will a lot of times take out her frustration and anger towards the father through sons. And you have to be careful with that. If you're out here,
You look just like your daddy.
you look just like your daddy.
You seen it in Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood was so telling, man.
It was
So
an amazing
fucking telling.
film. And if you have never seen it, you need to watch Boys in the Hood.
Definitely.
You know.
And if you've seen it as a child and never seen it as an adult, rewatch it.
Yeah, they actually got the 35th anniversary out now. I think 35th anniversary. It's like, wow. 35th, I think. I don't want to be wrong. Maybe 25th or 30th. It's one of those.
It's 35th because it was the 90, like 95.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, damn. So, yeah, wow. So, this is a horrendous story. We also wanted to talk about it to get people to be aware. Because this is a time where you get to see stuff like this. Please, if you see a mother doing, you know, or a father, or anybody abusing a child more than you know they shouldn't be, in a sense. You know, a little smack on the ass and stuff like that, that's their business. But, I mean, this woman was beating this child.
She was out of her fucking mind.
In a manic state. And that comes from the dynamic of a bad relationship. And you guys have got to be more aware of who you are dating before you have a child with that person. You have to be more aware of that. You know, and I think a lot of it has to do with people thinking that, you know, shared households are okay. Like, all right, yeah, it didn't work out between us, but we share the kids. You know, if you already think in your mind that that's a possibility, then you don't need to be in a relationship, in my opinion. Because a relationship always incurs the opportunity of children. That's what we talked about yesterday. It's not...
Be celibate.
Be celibate.
Or, what the fuck is the other word?
Tie your cords. Get a hysterectomy. Do something. You know, but I may change my mind. Abstinent.
Yeah. Practice abstinence.
I may change my mind. Well, that already tells me you're unstable.
Yeah, because you don't know deep down in your heart whether one day you want the responsibility of actually rearing a child and guiding them. That's something you got to know, and if you don't know it, you have no fucking business playing with making children and, you know, doing the double dutch, jumping back and forth. You can't fucking decide what it is that you want to do.
If you got the itch still every weekend, come Thursday to go to the club, you don't need to be a parent. If you feel like, yo, I've been saving up to get this Dodge, and that's my dream car, I got to get it. You might need to get that car before you have a baby. Yeah. There are just things that you need to do. There's something I told somebody today, and I thought you would think that this is very interesting. Even when you get with someone, whether you are in a relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, you need to be living the single life. I'll explain to you what I mean.
Okay.
A single life, when a person lives a single life, they have the freedom to get up and go and do the things they want to do whenever they want to do it, right? You can go on vacation when you want. You can go to the club when you want. You can do certain things that you can't do when you're tied down with children. And I hate to use that phrase, but that's what people feel. They feel like they're tied down with children.
But that was also a personal fucking choice, man.
It is. So if you have a relationship and you're living the single life. Like both of y'all are, I got friends like that. They live a single, I told you about them. They live a single life. They go for 2 weeks and, they have a good time. They do what they want to do. They don't want no kids. That's a single life. It's just that you're sharing it with someone. So, in essence, I was giving the analogy of this, right?
This as far as their practices.
Right. And, you got friends, right? Friends that, say, for instance, 2 friends want to go to Puerto Rico, or a group of guys want to go to Puerto Rico, right? That's what they do. They go on vacation. They go with a couple of people. They have a good time. That's a single life, right? You're not tied down. You can do that with the significant other you're with. You can do that. You can say, okay, let's just go. We're going to go. We're going to drop everything. We're going to go. We ain't got to answer nobody. We're going to go. And you live that life. As soon as you have kids, now you on the vacation. Are they okay? Okay. Hey, guys, love you. Just, or you FaceTiming. Hi. You're not really single. You still got a lot of thought. Like, some people got to think about their dog when they're gone. Because they left their dog, at the sitter or somebody else. You know what I mean? The single life mindset is, okay, we're doing what we want to do. We don't have to answer to anybody else. Even if you're with each other, you're sharing that time with each other. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? If you're able to go out with somebody and you're able to go places and you're going to have a good time. I've seen couples go on vacation and have a miserable time. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are y'all even together?
Because they can't let go of home.
They can't let go of home, or they're not compatible for each other.
That too.
And it's like, well, so that's just the point that I made. What's going on, Luan? Farley said people can confuse sexual desire with desiring a family. Yeah.
Well, people do what they think that is gonna keep this person around for their lustrous, desires and
or they think that that's what they're supposed to do.
That's what I'm saying.
For that higher level of happiness that they're searching for. And we're going to talk about that a lot on Tuesday, because the reason why a lot of people are lonely is because they're seeking out for things that other people have, that they think that if they get it,
it's going to make them happy.
Yep. And when it comes to children are a responsibility. Children, the highest love is sacrifice. Children are a sacrifice. I know some amazing parents, and I know some horrible parents. And I was fortunate, to have a mom who, she did what she could, and that got us growed up, That's pretty much all, But we never didn't have, what I mean? Whatever that is for some people.
The modern era, man, and really just the. What has it been? It's been about 60 years. The last 60 years has really transformed how parents raise their children because of all of these different
ideologies,
ridiculous movements. No slut shaming and making people lose the concept or evade the concept of shame, of dignity, morality. All of these different things. People don't have any basic set of principles anymore. And then they have a child, and they're still telling themselves, I'm the baddest bitch, I'm the coldest nigga, and having all of these things going on in their head, and they still want to party and
that's that single life
go
mindset.
out and be a part of whatever world that don't have shit to do with what's gonna benefit these children. When it's time for me to let them go and let the world, or let them have the world,
And the world has to inherit them, as damaged as they may be.
And once you have children, I said all of that to say, once you have children, you no longer matter. It's not about you, nigga. Yeah. No, you don't get to Jordan up and Michael Kors and all of that stupid shit. I don't know what the fuck people are wearing because I don't follow fashion.
Balenciaga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to do none of that shit no more, nigga. You got to stay your ass at home and take care of that fucking kid or children. That's your only fucking responsibility, your only purpose, and if anything that you're doing does not contribute to ensuring that they'll be stable once it's time for them to walk in the world alone, you're fucking up, whether you like it or not.
You're a
no, you don't get to be, soccer mom Monday through Thursday, but then on Friday and Saturday,
straight Oasis.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you don't get to do that shit, and men either.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get to pretend like you don't have a fucking kid. people should feel fucking guilty about that shit. They should feel shame.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah.
Because they don't know that they even should.
Yeah.
You know, the new world and fucking brainwashed y'all, man. And the children are suffering for it. And if the children are suffering, guess what? That means that the future of all mankind will suffer.
That's right. Yeah, and so I always say that, you know, people, when I talk about, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I've raised enough people through what I've done in my life to see some great output. And people will always say, well, what is the answer? The answer is love, tremendous love. You have to love.
And you got to beat that kid's ass.
That discipline. Got to discipline for sure. This woman, this witch here, I don't even want to call her a woman. But. All right, so we move from this one to, to another woman who literally, and I remember back in the projects, a lot of these girls would do this. They used to call them dumpster babies.
Man.
And, you know, what it was that because the black community, well, you know, people in general, especially parents, are really bad at schooling their kids about sexuality. And so some of these girls would go to school and they would get caught up and they would get, you know, in a sexual relationship and get pregnant.
Yep.
And everybody wouldn't know. So they'd walk around with big sweaters. We just thinking that they gaining weight. You know what I mean? But in reality, that girl was pregnant.
Yep.
And would have a baby. No one would know. They'd have it in the bathroom or something like that on the, you know.
Correct.
And they would take the baby and they would go and dump the baby somewhere. My mom had, because I showed her this article, and she said they used to have the Catholic Church. You could just take the baby and put it. That
was organ harvesting.
Of course,
a bunch of
that's
a whole fucking thing with the Irish and who all else is fucking Catholic? Indians, and, you know, a bunch of these weird.
Man, you know what that baby was
with the
gonna
black
end up
market,
at.
man.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But at least they could drop it there rather than in the trash.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, and if I had to look at the silver lining.
If there's one, that's it. You know, baby just doesn't die or freeze to death in the trash.
Can you still take babies to the fire department?
You can take them anywhere. You can take them anywhere that is an establishment and set the baby down. That's they got
not that the foster care system is any fucking better, but
oh yeah, forget it. Well, babies are adopted. Babies are adopted a lot more than the older the child gets, the less likely they.
The less likely they want because they don't. No one wants to try to reshape someone who's dealing with
absolutely
all of that shit.
Again, why are we talking about this? Because this happens a lot in the holidays. A lot of time in the cold seasons, people put babies in trash babies and dumpsters. Mm-hmm. This happened in January, actually, but they've been talking about this situation.
So this has actually been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Hobbs, New Mexico. Following a series of pretrial hearings and conferences, the trial for Alexis Nicole Avila, 18, originally scheduled for December 21st, 2022, has been moved to April 14th, 2023. The motion of continuance, a formal request to move a trial or court hearing to a later date, was made on December 2nd and rescheduled for April 21st, a few days later. The reasons for the motion is not known at this time. Avila is accused of throwing her newborn baby in a dumpster behind a mall in Hobbs, New Mexico. She was arraigned in a Lee County courtroom where she pled not guilty to the charges of attempted first-degree murder and child abuse. Avila is currently under house arrest.
I know. That's why. Yeah, I know.
House arrest?
Yeah. How crazy, right?
Nigga, she should be in custody right now.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that? That's insane.
Oh, keep going. Watch what happens.
God damn. Avila is currently under house arrest. She cannot leave her house under any circumstance other than to go to school, a job, medical, or psychological counseling, or to church if her family is also attending.
Boom.
The infant was in the dumpster for about 6 hours before being found. The child was later put in the care of New Mexico Department of Children, Youth and Families. It is not known if the child is still in their care. So,
now, why do you think that happened? Because that's why I wanted you to see the whole thing and what was coming up with that.
Because she's 18. Number one, well, number two, because she's 18, but number one, because she's a woman.
All of that, but because the baby didn't die.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
It's all bullshit still.
It was still attempted murder, nigga.
It was, yeah. But, you know, they look at it as, oh, well, the baby didn't die.
They gonna try
She
to
was
apply some. They about to try to apply some of these different mental disorders and all of that bullshit to it. And the reasoning, or go to church if her family is also attending. Clearly, family does not matter to this young lady.
No, she couldn't go to them in the first place. Now, at 18 years old, you don't understand right and wrong in regards to what it comes to being a baby, knowing that what you're doing is not.
I'm sure there were plenty of foster care centers or some kind of shit she could have took the baby to, rather than, you know, let me put this baby in a Ziploc bag or whatever and just go toss it.
You saw the footage. We can't show you guys the footage because, you know, how you doing, Ivan?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should have read that. Security video.
Some beard stuff going on, too, brother. It's hanging here. There you go. No, it's on the beard. You want to get rid of that because you'd be like, how come you didn't say anything to me? There you go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Security video shows the moment when 18-year-old Alexis Avila pulled up in a white car, opened the back passenger door, grabbed a black bag, tossed it into the dumpster, and then leave.
It's a horrible thing to see. Horrible. My mom almost cried when she saw it. You know,
and she looks like a troubled child.
Yeah, I mean, her trauma wasn't caused by molestation. It was she had a relationship with her boyfriend, and she kept it from everybody. He didn't even know. He didn't even know that she was pregnant.
How the fuck does he not know she's pregnant?
He probably thought she was big because she's a Latin girl. She's just eating more than she should be.
The green chili soup and shit out there in
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
And if you ever go to New Mexico, not even the hatch green chilies, but the green chilies, the soups, and different taco dishes and shit. Them green chilies from New Mexico is crazy. Anyway. You know, she shouldn't have did that.
Right.
She shouldn't have fucking did that. That's insane that her boyfriend didn't fucking know that she was pregnant for 9 months. Or at least 8 months or so.
She did. You know, there was girls back in my day, man. You know, we kind of could tell. Like, my boy Mark was very perceptive. He's like you. He could read stuff very easily, and he knew when people was pregnant. He would tell me, I'm like, I didn't even know. He's like, yeah, she pregnant, bro. Like, oh, okay. You know, they wear the sweatshirts, and you know what I'm saying. You just think they getting thick,
walking different, all this kind of shit.
You know what I'm saying? But they pregnant, you know, or they, you know, usually a lot of them are not getting prenatal care either, so they're not eating
because they're hiding it.
Yeah, they're not eating right. They're actually starving the baby because they think, oh, I'm gaining too much weight. I don't want nobody to know. So there's a lot that goes into that. It used to be something that was talked about a lot, but it's not anymore. Why is that? Why is it that we're still having these type of situations?
Because that's slut shaming. Or something. I'm sure that's some kind of stupid fucking, you know, my body, my choice kind of bullshit. Mm-hmm. But children should not be making children. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple. Yeah. I don't think anyone who is without some sort of foundation and financial security set in place should even be allowed to make children.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think that's sort of touching along the lines of eugenics in a sense, or the eugenics movement in a sense, but what about the baby?
Right.
Realistically speaking, the way that everybody talks about all of that kind of shit, what about the child?
Well, we have to understand the psychology behind people feeling like they want to get together to have a child to express their love. That in itself is a twisted ideology, because it's like, that child didn't ask to be born.
That's romanticism.
It's bullshit. It really is. We had our child out of love. We wanted to show the world, but you can't take care of it.
Nope.
That's probably one of the most selfish things.
But all children need is love.
Man, come on. Look, I know couples. Let me tell you something. I know couples who did in vitro, and when they finally got their child, man, everybody knew. Everybody knew
it was about to get stupid.
Yes, because they got that child, man. That little girl is going to have everything she ever needs to have, and they're a great family. They're great parents, and you know, it's one of my boys, man. I'm not gonna mention his name. But if you go to his Instagram, his whole story is there. Because he wanted a girl. He didn't want no boy. Yeah, I've met many guys that was like that. I want a girl.
I don't need that kind of nigga in my life. You know what I'm saying?
But
Never heard of it.
he loves the ground that girl walks on, and she comes first in their family. And the wife is on the same page, same thing. Farley's brother, his brother Ivan and Renee, man, they're amazing parents, man. Amazing parents. You go to their Instagram, that little boy's got all the love, and they got a straight up West Coast G like Farley as his uncle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna never have nobody come up against him. So, and then I'm a god uncle, whatever that is. So I'm somebody that they can come to if they need for their young man. But yeah, to see this as the total opposite of what it is to really be a parent. This girl's trash, man, and they gave her all that leniency. That's why I wanted you to see that.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. She at home at 18, like, girl, you didn't know right from wrong, bitch? You didn't know right from wrong? What's going down? What's up with the world that they would give her that type of leniency?
They made no sense of that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
And it's mostly because the baby didn't die. Now, had the baby died, then okay, they could have put charges against her for murder, this and that, and that involuntary.
Attempted murder is still a case,
right? Well, see, that's the thing.
But I guess she didn't have a record and all of that. Yeah, she doesn't necessarily have to be detained, but
yeah, it's crazy.
It's still reckless endangerment. It's a bunch of different things.
Yeah. He said, "What's up?" Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's that, guys. I mean, just be more mindful in the holidays, especially those of you who don't celebrate, because you're outside. You can see things a little bit better.
Yeah,
that's what I've learned. Like I'm very astute to things because I'm not caught up in the holiday hoopla and the frenzy of it. So I see things with a little bit more of a perspective that's strong. Most of you guys, pay attention to children being kidnapped and stuff like that. When you're in these cars, you can see what's going on because cars are slower now.
Yeah.
In stores and everything. Pay attention. And that's kind of why we're mentioning it and to bringing it to your attention as well. Just not to have something to talk about, but.
Well, I just want to reiterate as far as the children go, man. Again, please pay attention to what it is that you're facilitating in these homes, in your home, because, and even when you go out in public, your public image affects children too. Mm-hmm. So be mindful of that, because all of these different things that these children are experiencing fucking matter.
It does.
It absolutely matters. We fuck up the kids. We're not only fucking up their future, we're fucking up our own future as elders. Or as their elders, and then at some point, they're going to fuck up the next generation. Yeah. We're fucking up mankind in general, nigga. Our ability to be on this earth and have legacy and history. We're really throwing a monkey wrench in the machine that is the grand scheme of life and humankind right now, man. It's not good. It's not good for any of us in totality, so you really want to be mindful about how it is that you're coming off the children, what it is that you're presenting to them, and that's both inside the home and outside the home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all have to be accountable and held accountable for our actions, and, we have to be more mindful. I think a lot of times people get caught up in stuff they don't need to necessarily be caught up in.
I agree.
That brings us to our final thing that we're going to talk about tonight. We've talked about a little bit about how in relationships people act fools in relationships and with the
you know what I'm saying? Real quick though.
Yeah.
If you could do that.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, yeah, perfect. Back. I'm glad you reminded me.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, before we go into our next segment.
My nigga Ken, you know what I'm saying?
Antonio's about to go to the bathroom. So
right here if I can.
That is definitely something that has to happen for him. But as you guys who are watching us, it's holiday season. And for those of you who do celebrate Christmas, maybe you got a little bit of change in your pocket that you can help CMCT with. If you'd like to link with us on Instagram, our Instagram is CMCT_show. You can catch us every Tuesday and Thursday here on Instagram, CMCT_show. If you'd like to follow us and you'd like to send us, a little information in regards to what our show should be about or your thoughts on the previous episode, you can hit us at Instagram, CMCT_show. If you follow us, we'll follow you back. You can hit us on Facebook. Some of you are watching on Facebook right now. That is CMCT Show, one word, if you want to follow us on Facebook. CMCT Show, one word. YouTube. We will be migrating over to YouTube in the new year, so please make sure you follow us, you like and subscribe our channel. Our YouTube channel is CMCT_show. Again, we will be migrating probably in the second month of the new year, 2023. So we won't be on Instagram as much, but we'll do our best to, also stream Instagram while we're on YouTube. But we are on YouTube now, so if you can, go like and share, subscribe our shows. We have all 32 of our shows, this one included, will be up tomorrow. And you can catch up on any of our topics that you may have missed. But that YouTube channel is CMCT_show. Twitter, CMCT_show as well for Twitter. If you want to send us any information, if you are looking for a way to sponsor us, or you want us to talk about any of your products or anything that you have to share with us, if you have any show topics or show discussions that you want to give us, you can go to our email, cmctshow@gmail.com. cmctshow@gmail.com. We have a TikTok. Our TikTok is CMCT_show. I have been putting stuff on the TikTok, so follow us on TikTok.
On the TikTok?
Our link tree. If you'd like to tip us, if you'd like to donate, if you'd like to send us some change, hopefully you send us some change. We ain't got to do anything a little bit strange just to get that change. But if you want to help us out.
But if we need to.
Yeah. When it gets that bad, okay, you can hit us up on our link tree. Our link tree is CMCT_show. You go to the bottom of the link tree page, type in CMCT_show, and our page will come up. We got personal videos, $20 at the moment. If you want a personal video, something of us saying hi to you, Merry Christmas, we'll say it even though we don't celebrate it, for $20. Yeah, absolutely.
2 minutes in length.
2 minutes in length.
My nigga Eddie.
We also have venting sessions. Our venting sessions go up to $100 in January, so take advantage of them now. $59 for a venting session. You can hit us up and vent, and we'll listen.
Y'all got about 9 days.
Yeah.
9 days.
And I know a lot of y'all out there got stuff to vent about. Hey, what's going on, Lee? How you doing? Yeah. And then we have pre-recorded interviews that we're offering for $75 if you're interested in getting an interview that will be polished and edited, music and stuff done to it correctly. It's going to be hooked up right, $75. Take advantage of that because that goes up as well at the beginning of the year. Correct. I have an Instagram, DarkCon2000, which you guys are on right now. Notice we go to the 1 hour mark. It doesn't cut off anymore. So thanks for following. Hang it in there. I have a Twitter, DarkCon ENT, DarkAnEnt, and my brother here has his page on Instagram, the THE_dosage, DOSAGE, the THE_dosage, DOSAGE, and he also has the, right?
The dosage.
Dosage, DOSAGE, _ MA, MA.
Correct.
Okay? So you can hit us up at any one of those. We greatly appreciate you guys following us. Thanks for hanging in there. And we're having a great night. We're moving into this last 30 minutes. This topic here is pure drama.
Yes, it is.
And I know you guys out there like drama. Antonio hates pop culture night, but he does it because we know a lot of you guys like to hear us talk about people.
Correct. And I am actually really good at talking about people.
But he doesn't because he doesn't
family.
really care.
I don't care.
He doesn't.
But when I have to talk about him, goddamn it,
He's going in.
I'm going to give it to him. So, that being said.
Some good stuff to end everything on. I know we gave you guys a little downer with the kids, but it's important to be informed about that stuff.
Correct.
But this is some good drama right here that hasn't really been spoken about.
Tea, if you will.
Yeah, some tea. Tea. I used to hate that phrase.
I'm being young.
I used to hate that phrase. What's the tea? It's such a... Okay, here we go.
All right, so TSU running back had the director of football ops and his current girlfriend both arrested for fighting over him. You know what I'm saying? City boys up 10,000. You feel me? Let's see.
He look African too. He look African, but I know he's not.
He probably
that's
from
not
the
an
South
African
or something.
name.
Yeah, he probably from the South.
Is he wearing puka shells or that gold? What is that? That's
you know
a
this nigga.
necklace?
He got on some ice.
He got bling. That's bling.
Yeah.
Wow.
My nigga chilly. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So Devon Starling has a lot going on in his life.
I bet he do.
I like how they started that. That was beautiful. That's good writing.
That's great writing, man. They going in. You know it's about to be interesting.
Yeah, they started that off real well. So Devon Starling has a lot going on in his life. A football staffer at Tennessee State University was arrested after being accused of ramming his vehicle in a jealous rage. Director of football operations and on-campus recruiting, Ariel Escobar, allegedly drove running back Devon Starling's car in a lover's spat. It was uncovered that Starling told police Escobar was his ex-fling and that she was outside his apartment when he got home with his current girlfriend. She refused to leave, so Starling got back in his car and drove around while waiting for police to respond. After Starling pulled into a parking lot, Escobar allegedly rammed his car, causing minor damage. Yeah, nigga, you didn't mean that. If you meant it, you know what I'm saying? T-bone him or some shit. If you already about to get hit up, so you might as well do it for real. Don't do that. But whatever you do in the world, mean it. Anyway, Escobar is charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, plus 1 count of misdemeanor vandalism. This wasn't even the beginning of the issues between all 3. His current girlfriend, My Canoe.
What?
May?
My Canoe.
My Canoe.
I had to get you to read that.
Fucking silly, man.
Her name is My Canoe.
That's cool. I guess.
So let's get, before we move on, because we having a blast with this. You already know he ain't messing with sisters. So
Yeah.
a lot of times when they're reporting about black women being angry and violent, this ain't black women.
Nope.
This ain't black women doing this.
It's a white bitch and a, what is she like?
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
And they both, the other one's Latin. She Latin. So you guys that be like, yo, the Latin's better, they crazy too.
Well, she's gonna hit this nigga with a car.
Right, yeah. Go
Good
ahead,
thing
brother.
he wasn't walking around.
I know, right? She would have hit him.
She probably would have tried to run him down.
Yeah, no doubt.
His current girlfriend, My Canoe, has also been arrested because she walked in on Starling and Escobar having sexual relations as she began to beat the both of them. Indeed. Is this, whose quote is this?
That's from the paper.
That's from them, okay. Both women in Devon Starling's life have now gone to jail over him. After Monday's revelation that Tennessee State football's director of operations, Ariel Escobar, rammed her car into the vehicle of her part-time lover. Are they just repeating from what was above? Oh, a little bit. I'll read it. Rammed her car into the vehicle of her part-time lover, football player Devon Starling. Multiple staff have confirmed the school's administration knew about the relationship since August, when 22-year-old My Canoe, who is Starling's full-time girlfriend and was in the car when Escobar rammed it, was herself arrested. Police say Canoe came to Starling's apartment on August 24th, aware he had another woman inside. Canoe stormed through the door and found the school's football ops director, Ariel Escobar, romantically entwined with Sterling. She repeatedly struck Sterling in the face, leaving him with multiple visible injuries and swelling. Canoe attacked Escobar, too, pulling her hair and punching her in the face. Escobar did not wish to prosecute to avoid being named in the police report. He probably had a PR team told him not to involve himself in that.
Oh my God, bro.
But what happened? She ragged all them motherfuckers.
Following week.
Police report. Okay. Escobar did not wish to prosecute to avoid being named in the police report. The following week, records show multiple staff members reported the incident to TSU's Director of Athletics, Dr. Mickey Allen, who dismissed the reports. Staff also reported Escobar had another sexual relationship with a coworker, a member of the football program's executive administration team.
TSU getting it in.
She look a little crazy.
They both do. They both.
She's a little insane.
She got the crazy glasses looking type of chick girl,
Yeah.
But he's smiling in the
She
middle.
that like Jocelyn. That's how she looks. She looks like Jocelyn.
Oh man!
If you wanted to look this up, the lady looks like, we all know Jocelyn Hernandez is a little unhinged. Bless her heart. You know what I'm saying?
And he got a type because they look similar, even though they're from different cultures. They look similar. Light skin with the long hair.
Yeah, he
like
enjoying that.
Like to pull that long hair. That's what it is.
I get it.
No, let me see, go back up to that picture. Those are puka shells.
No, nigga, that's ice.
Is that ice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought canoe gave.
This stupid motherfucker.
I thought my canoe
gave him puka shells from Hawaii. Hell nah, man. She didn't do that.
She gave him something else. She didn't give him puka shells.
She gave him 5,000 points for the City Boys, and she gave him 5,000 points for the City Boys, and it's been up ever since.
Oh my God.
Any event, these two ladies need to get their lives in order and realize they are both being used. That's where they gonna go with this? That was the revelation that they had, whoever the fuck was writing this article? These two ladies need to get their lives in order and realize they are both being used.
We gotta see if it was a woman that wrote it.
I guarantee you, both, or at least the director of operations. I don't know where the other chick is from.
She's just a student.
Yeah, she's just a student, so whatever. Students are gonna fuck each other, whatever. But the director, I guarantee you, she is constantly fucking these football players.
I mean, she's not bad looking.
No, she's not.
She do look crazy.
She got access to a bunch of good-looking, strong young men with promise and potential.
That's probably why she got the job.
Yeah, of course.
I love football. Nah,
that bitch don't love football, nigga. Anyway, I'm gonna start back from the top on that one. These two ladies need to get their lives in order and realize they are both being used. The university is aware of an arrest of an employee and takes the allegations associated with the incident seriously, the university said in a statement Monday. TSU is unable to comment on specific personal matters or matters potentially implicating student privacy laws. We will have no further comment at this time. Hopefully he can maneuver between the defense on the field just as easy as he does women off of it. In the meantime, Starling has announced he is entering the transfer portal. He transferred to Tennessee State after spending one season at the University of Memphis in 2019. In his first season with TSU, he led the OVC with 647 rushing yards on 124 attempts and rushing for 3 touchdowns in 7 games.
Oh, whoever knows that brother, y'all need to talk to him, man.
Yeah, he needs to be careful, man.
Y'all need to talk to this brother. If you're a family member or a friend, call him up.
And his stats ain't bad. The nigga, promising stats.
That's the problem, man.
He's in a pretty good position.
King Solomon syndrome.
And he out here getting ready to risk it all.
He like crazy bitches. That's what it is. There's some guys out there.
Well, there's psychology behind that. Mm-hmm. We think that we've conquered something. Mm-hmm. At that point, and that's something that society put into a lot of men. Mm-hmm. You're not doing yourself any fucking service, getting with a crazy motherfucker and doing and attempting to rear them and turn them into something that they're not, just like when women try to do it to men. Mm-hmm. It does not work. Mm-hmm. The motherfucker's crazy. So, Mike, let them be crazy.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Good time. Yeah. All right. I'm out though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Don't wipe them up.
If you gonna hit or whatever, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
hit
what's going
and
on.
take your ass home.
And that's what's going on. He's with both these women. One he's considered his girlfriend, and the other one is his, like they said, his lover.
What they said, like his temporary fling or some shit like that.
You know,
whoever wrote this is real snarky.
Check and see if is it a woman.
Yep.
It is.
I think that looks like a woman.
No, that's a woman.
Yep.
That's a woman.
Or wait, no, that's probably a bitch.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What her punk ass. Real snarky. But anyway. And I don't blame him, you know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing.
I get it.
This is the thing. Pink Book Lessons is how I got a hold of the article. And Pink Book was saying that they're not really doing anything against her.
Of course not.
You know,
Why
like
would they?
all this leniency that they get, they said she needs to be fired immediately.
I would.
Yeah.
There has to be something in their contract that says that they're not supposed to fraternize with the players.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think they're holding back mostly? Is it not just because she's well, I mean, you know.
I mean, what else?
TSU?
Or, you know what I'm saying, she's sleeping with the football players. She probably...
Then gave it up to one of the high-ups, maybe.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Is she a hell of a...
She batty. Nutty chicks tend to, you know, have their claws in a lot of stuff.
Is she a hell of a coach or whatever? I don't know. She might be that good. Where they're like, man, we got to protect, you know, we got to let our PR team take it to the moon. But
good at taking tackles and passes.
Probably. Tons of passes.
That's the wild thing, though. It's like the other chick, his girlfriend, came in and caught them in bed and whooped their asses.
It's funny, but it's not. She shouldn't have did that. She should have some self-control.
I mean, they both batty. But he's got to be smart enough to be like, yo, like...
his game wasn't tight.
At all. At all. Because then she went... This is pure... It's a comedy.
It's high school.
It's Tyler Perry drama.
It's high school, man.
You know,
it's some high school bullshit.
She got in the car and rammed them and stuff. Like, why do people feel like they can get away with stuff like that?
Because of TV.
Farley said facts.
Reality TV.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah, reality TV. Yeah. You see all the crazy shit that these motherfuckers pretend to do to each other? Mm-hmm. Like the shit that just happened, and we didn't talk about it, but I seen it on Facebook the other day. But Blueface and his chick's dad or whatever, the dad hit him. Mm-hmm. They broke him apart, and at some point, Blueface came and ran up behind him and snuck him and hit him, and he hit the ground. You think that shit really happened?
Yeah, that's horrible. This trash.
It's fucked up for them to show people that and pretend like it's real because people are taking that shit serious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Their whole debates was Blueface wrong and all of this kind of shit. Nigga, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. How about every single one of them got paid?
Right.
Everybody got paid except for us.
Yeah. You're celebrities, you're out there fighting and getting caught up in stupid drama. You know, it's like the main thing that most people who are quote unquote normal civilians are stressing about is finances, just to make their ends meet. And celebrities, you're making money and you're out there degrading the community, in my opinion.
I agree.
Degenerate behavior, you know. So I thought this was hilarious. I put Antonio up on this one because
everybody involved is uncouth, nigga. Plain and simple. All of these niggas is tripping.
Oh, man. Listen, and as you men out there, stop letting these women beat up on you like that, man. Cut that out.
Two of those things, right? Mm-hmm. Because we kind of spoke on it, but, you know, just to make sure we're being heard, you young niggas, okay? Wrap it up. Stop letting these motherfuckers know where you live. Unless it's something, you know, serious or whatever, your living arrangements, whatever. But stop making it a thing where you're giving people who you know that you don't intend on there being anything. Yeah. Stop giving them absolute access to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes no fucking sense.
Absolutely.
And don't go over and enjoy absolute access to them. You have to draw a line in the sand at some point, man. And, excuse me, and protect your name, protect your legacy. Mm-hmm. That's a man's job. Mm-hmm. Protect your fucking legacy. Why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. You know, take your time with that, man, and stop falling into whatever this you know, the social pressure of what a man who's coming up is supposed to be doing. You ain't gotta be fucking bitches and all of this crazy shit, man. Mm-hmm. Protect your fucking legacy, nigga. You putting work in. Mm-hmm. respect that about yourself,
Yeah,
about the work that you've done.
Imagine if he got one of these knuckle jobs pregnant.
Yeah.
And then now you got a sick, twisted chick that's got a baby on the way.
And ain't no telling what she may or may not do to the baby or do
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, or due to the baby because of you.
Yeah, all of that.
And all of your rights, pretty much, you don't have rights as a father nowadays, unless you're in a marriage, and even then, you're still limited. And you have to be careful about that. This guy, man, I don't know what's going on with him, but he needs to, like, they're nuts. We already know they're nuts.
Absolutely.
Is he nuts for wanting to be with nutty chicks, or what do you think? He's just misguided?
Childish, misguided, no structure. They always say when a lot of these people, young brothers and sisters, come into this world, you know, that world of upper echelon shit, and they're seeing options and more potential to, you know, different paths to enhance their future. There rarely is there someone there guiding them and saying, hey, man, this the most, you know, this is the smartest thing you could do with your money right now. This is the best thing you could do to set yourself up in this lane and make sure that you don't burn any bridges here, XYZ. Nobody's guiding them. You know, they don't have like a manager who's in it for their best interest. They're in it to exploit them. Their friends are in it to exploit them. These companies, the colleges, don't even get me started on that shit, you know, are in it to exploit all of these people who have the potential to be great. Mm-hmm. And it's unfair. It's fucked up. That's where that shit comes from, though. Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to know. Can we check to see Devon Starling, if he has a what's his family life like? You know, if he has a father or a mom. You know.
So the issue with that is this: unless they were hyper successful, if they never seen $100,000 before, what are they gonna tell him to do with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
You know,
money does become an issue.
Do you have a Wikipedia page yet? Just put parents and see. Oops.
Wait, is he from
Augusta? Isn't that some shit? And his mother, laugh, look through family photos. She didn't graduate from high school. Well, there it goes.
Yeah, he's a single dad. Single parent.
Single parent household, looks like. Here's a Devon. I guess let me read it since I'm sitting here reading. Keep everyone engaged. Devon Starling is 10 years old. Wait, what? Is this about the same nigga?
Yeah, this is.
Oh, maybe they're telling an old story.
Nashville. So he's originally from Nashville, Dodge City.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, so they're telling an old story. My bad. Devon Starling is 10 years old and he's running. He is playing football with a group of neighborhood kids when a fight breaks out among adults on a nearby basketball court. Words are exchanged. A gun is pulled. Shots ring out. I fucking hate this trope. They always got to do this shit, man. God damn. The shots ring out. Devon and the other youngsters run for cover behind a nearby brick building. Just another day in Cumberland View Housing Projects, a.k.a. Dodge City. Oh, man. As a child, Devon got out of New Orleans about a year before Hurricane Katrina. Years later, he escaped Nashville's most notorious housing project. I was always running away from things, he says. Always. Oh, is that why he's a running back? I can't do this, man. I can't fucking do it.
All right, no worries.
His mom is a single mother.
Yeah, okay. So, we just wanted to get that clear.
That's the family dynamic. God damn.
Farley said it's because the crazy chicks usually have the best head. Hey, Lay, welcome to the show.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think the sexual component is a strong aspect of why people deal with the drama of the relationship? We talked about that.
Well, sex
on the previous show.
is the world's oldest profession. Sex sells. Sex everything. If you can think of it, it probably already exists somewhere on the internet, somewhere like X videos or Pornhub. This is what people do. It's what animals do. We watch animals do it. We watch people do it. It's the same fucking shit, man. Absolute same. So, we could try to put some scientific shit behind it, but I think the root of it is just we're human. You know? People like to fuck, man. What else? What else is there to do reasonably in this world? If you decide that you're not gonna be, patriotic about the 5-day work week and 40 hours or, all of that bullshit, and you're just living your life, maybe you're eating good and you got good people around you, what else would you fucking be doing?
Yeah, and that in itself is okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, well, that's what I'm saying, you know? Nigga, enjoy life.
Right. Hilarious, man.
But what else is it that people are supposed to do, man? Other than enjoy this fucking life. And there's not much for us to do.
Yeah, and pursue
outside of what society tells you.
Yeah, pursue growth, pursue peace, you know, because I think people get caught up in the drama because there's nothing else in their mind that they can do. You know, that like it's expected. It's part of your regiment. You're supposed to have this drama. You know, there's a little meme that's going by with a chick slapping the dude in the face and he grabs and they tongue kiss down. And it's just like, how do you see that?
Because you're supposed to hate each other.
Yeah,
you hate each other and then you fuck the shit out of each other and then, I don't know, where do people go eat these days? Waffle House. You go to Waffle House.
And fight at Waffle House.
You fight at Waffle House and then sex in the Waffle House kitchen or in the Waffle House dumpster.
No.
Whatever. Don't get shot and then go home and shower up and do it again.
Yeah.
Please don't take that advice.
No, not at all. We just gave it's
just an example.
Yeah, it's an example. Guys, we really enjoyed having you with us tonight. Okay, Father, I think this is your last one you leaving out. When you hear why most people become successful entertainers, lawyers, athletes, etc., they did it because they couldn't get chicks before they were stars.
That's true.
So that was their drive, and that and money. Yeah.
It's the same as the money, man. When you get so much money, you're like, God damn, what do I do?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, want to be up in the club. Hey, Lady Muse, she said, y'all are hells. Yeah, and you missed a great show tonight. I saw you chimed in a little. Okay, perfect. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it was hilarious. You know, little somber moment for the kids. God bless the kids, man. And let's do what we can to make sure that they stay out of the drama of life. But you guys who are young and astute in college and or grown people who work for corporate America and or you got a layman's job, stay away from all this damn drama of these triangles and relationships and car crashing each into each other and all that stuff.
No, it's okay to run each other over. Over minute, you know, spats.
She said, I wanted you to tell her about us.
Yeah, I wanted you to I knew I was stepping in on your relationship, but I also wanted you to ruin it by telling her, you know, once we both agreed that we was gonna say fuck the relationship anyway.
After she beat us up.
Yeah, you know.
I want you to let her know we still sexing.
That makes sense. Cause maybe that was gonna be her reasoning for upping the ante. She wanted an actual reason to get back in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he piping them girls down. That's part of what that is. He from Louisiana, man.
Enjoy.
He got out there and saw them girls with the long hair, the exoticals that we talk about all the time.
Silly as hell, man. Is this Christmas?
Entanglements.
That's the Christmas.
That's the Christmas
That's
light.
the Christmas theme for the lights.
It looks like a tree. It does.
I guess so. All right, Christmas lights behind us. Well, all in all, from the beginning of the show to the end of the show, stop wasting all of your energy, finances, and time on things like holidays if you truly do not have them. If you truly don't have it to spend, it's okay to say no.
Don't hurt yourself.
Celebrate your own holidays. Make it up. You got family members you care about, birthdays you care about, make those your holidays. Everything else, it doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters. All right? It's okay to say no, and it's okay to do your own thing. You don't have to do what commercialism tells you. That's number one. Number two, nigga, take care of these fucking kids. Take care of these kids.
Love them.
You know, it's not just a cliche or a marketing tactic when they say that the kids are the future. They're going to be here longer than we are, reasonably speaking, mathematically speaking. They will be here much further into the future than we will be.
And equip them with what they need.
So give them everything that you can. Everything that you can, anything that you can. You know, don't be unreasonable. Obviously within reason, but give them something of value.
They don't need Balenciaga shoes.
No,
and
nigga,
jackets,
they don't.
Okay.
They don't need Balenciaga shoes and shit. They need
red bottoms.
They need a good solid figure in their life that's going to teach them what structure and discipline is. It's okay for you to give them that.
Like Farley said, keep them off of Santa's lap.
Keep them off of Santa's lap. All right. And lastly, young men out there,
protect your seed.
God damn it. Understand the value of your seed. The world. And even black women, understand the value of your womb. Your eggs. The world is fucking looking at all black people and emulating us. How the fuck do Chinese people have drill music? That will always forever be my go-to example. How the fuck do Chinese people have drill music? Because of us. That's how important we are to the world. That's how impressionable the world is. Based on us. Understand the value in who you are and what it is that you can create and what it is that you can do in this world. All right? That being said, 9:54, good night. See y'all niggas on Christmas.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Damn, I had the speaker turned down.
Let me call it.
Good enough. Muscles on his lonely back. I stay calm in fact. I've been on the run so long, hoes can never call me that. Please keep it short. I don't speak for all the rap. I'm your mechanic. I don't want no parts of whack. Keep throwing darts and wax. I'ma melt you. Every beat got a birthday. I just make it special. If you came to wrestle, well, maybe we can do that. I'ma bring the doses and show you where your shoes at. Exactly where the proof at. I ain't gotta prove stats. What? That's how we gonna do it?
I've been staying blue black, straight from where the news at.
Life-size showdown, story I survived.
Made them live
It's really tripping right now.
What I wrote now. Imagine it, I'ma grope the canvas. Every stroke is passionate. Ask him why he smashing shit. I'm just practicing so I can get it in when it's out. Ain't no accidents, for real.
Absolutely.
Please stop the BS, for real is on purpose, for real.